Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look, these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and sorry about the delay. Of course, I started getting a phone call just as the credits were ending, and I thought, oh, maybe I could open with a, some spammy loser on the other end of the phone, but it turned out to just be a robot, and that wouldn't have been very helpful or useful. And God damn it, why isn't the chat showing up again? Son of a bitch. It showed up at the beginning, didn't it? Wait, let me see. There's something I can try. Oh, and yeah, there's no camera today because I am not feeling great. Unfortunately. Reload on source show, reload on scene enter. Forget about keeping it in memory. Let's see what happens now. Let's go to this scene. And let's see. Switching to live chat. Yes, switch to live. I'm just going to type in live. I'll type in live. See, okay, so it shows up on this screen.
Yeah.
And Hillary Clinton just donated $1. Thank you so much, Hillary Clinton. Says, happy birthday to me, the future vice president. Hillary, I highly doubt anybody's going to make you their VP, Hillary. Because if they did, that would be the end of them. You would have if someone else was between you and the presidency, I think they both know, everybody knows what would happen. Okay? Kamala, hashtag Kamala didn't, you know what herself, is going to be all the rage. If that was to happen. But Kamala's not that stupid to appoint you as vice president. The only chance is if something happens to Biden before the election and the party puts you on the ticket. Your only real shot at this point, Hillary. She could have something on Kamala. Yeah, I suppose. At this point, though, does anybody really care? Pflugerville was first in the chat and says last. Oh, I'm not on camera because I apologize. Up till an hour or so ago, I didn't think I was going to stream at all today. Since last night, I've been fighting another bout of kidney stones. I count at least 2 that are in the process of making their way out. One closer to the end than the other. It had been honestly a really shitty night and a tough morning, and then it only got worse until about I'd say an hour and a half ago. I finally started to feel noticeably better. I finally ate a little something, and so here we are. I think I'll be fine streaming. I didn't want to get fully dressed and go through the pain of setting up the cameras and whatnot. So You've got this. You've got me like this. And to be honest, I think everybody's okay with not seeing my face. Most of you know what I look like, and I'm sure, well, let's put it this way. I'm sure Yitz's interpretation of my face is much better to look at than the actual face. Mamo Pray says stop, but it's true. It's true. Pflugerville says last, even though he was first. D.D. Myers, Qapla D.D. Myers says, Qapla bird, hope all is well with you and your family. Well, D.D., I've been better. Mamo Pray as well, since when I don't feel well, she doesn't feel well. Pflugerville says Qapla and says, sorry, his breakfast was vodka. Well, I hope it was at least quality vodka, Pflugerville. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, Berto Pray, Mamo Pray, Sissel Pray, Nephew Pray, and fellow nerds. Thank you, Mountains of Elysium. This is the first day in a while that starting that Mamo Pray and I, no Nephew Pray in the house this morning. Josh Street says, time to go to the Berto Pray from the year 3000, only a head in the jar. Yes. And Mount Elysium said there was no sound, and he was actually being honest and truthful. I forgot to unmute the system sounds. And in fact, I had the microphone muted. I didn't know what was going on. I had to reverse them. Thank you, Mountains. Roxod says, Bird of Prey, so I'm not joking around. I had to change my earbuds because right now one just died, but I ain't got audio. Well, it literally just started, Rock Solid. So if it just died and then it started working, you might want to try it again. I did start with no audio. It was my mistake. Thomas Potts says about time. Joseph Petrick says greetings from the future. Greetings, Joseph. Rock Solid says Bird of Prey. There is audio. Well, there's audio now. The Bee's Nest Film says, yo, Qapla Bee's Nest. And guys, I'm going to put in the chat a link to Bee's Nest Films channel. He just put up a video of a border town in Mexico. He just missed a shootout. He's got some other videos. Check out Bee's Nest Films when you get a chance. I subscribed to him today. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey, stop getting kidney stones. God damn it, Thomas. I would stop if I could. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings to Sassy, chaser of cats, eater of cookies, stalker of cardinals, defiler of cushions, and scourge of the squirrels. Aroo! And speaking of cookies, because damn DJ showed his Oreo cookies last night on his stream. Now I've got Oreo cookies, golden Oreos, but Oreo cookies nonetheless. Rock Solid says C. What is that, Spanish? C? Oh, is that just an S and an I? An S and an exclamation point? I can't read. Jesus. Thomas Pod says yes. Mountains of Elysium says sound is 5x5 now. Bradley Briggs says sound. What sound? Yeah, Bradley. Thomas Potts says Rock Solid, this is an American stream. Yes. Yes, that's C. Yes. Thomas says Scar lost it. Scar? Rock Solid says Thomas, I don't know. With the shitty audio, I thought it was Turtistani. Wow. Wow, Rock Solid, do you really know where to hit hard? Bee's Nest says, hail, Bee's Nest Films. Mountains of Elysium says, remember to switch to live chat, fellow nerds. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, you're muted. There you are. Yes. Dan23, Qapla Dan23, welcome. Cinnabon Bunny, hello, Cinnabon Bunny. Dan says, switching to live chat. I wrote out live, because I couldn't even be bothered to press the E key. Mountains of Elysium says, hope you feel much better soon, Bird. So do I, Mountains. And Mountains also said, Hillary wanted Kissing Dax. Did she get Kissing Dax? I think they did. I think it was Kissing Dax. I was so busy getting it. Oh, that's the newest one. You guys got a Happy Baby is the newest animation I added. The Happy Baby animation, not quite Kissing Dax, but a quality animation nonetheless. There it is again. Oh, Charlie Baby and Sisso Frey. Happy Baby. Happy Baby. Oh, it's so funny. I have to replay Hillary Clinton's.
Who's been holding up the
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's nice. Well, we'll stop replaying Hillary Clinton's chat. But yes, Happy Baby is it's in the rotation. I took away the one of me with the laser eye or something, so it doesn't affect your chances of getting Kissing Dax. I just added it to the donation. So you still have a 1 in 5 of getting Kissing Dax. If you do a donation, 1 in 30 if you do a super chat. Mountains of Elysium says Kamala would have to have a shaving accident if Hillary was made VP after Joe inevitably put in a home. Yeah. Thomas Potts puts in a link. Is that where where NASA found water on the moon? Apparently the moon is wet now. There's water all over the moon. Yep. Yep, it is. Yep, for the first time, molecular water was discovered all over the freaking moon. So apparently you can just go up there, put a bunch of dirt into an oven, and just heat out the water. It's baked into the moon dust. How they didn't know this when we brought back moon rocks, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever it was, 50 years ago. They should have figured that out then. Whatever. Or maybe it just recently rained on the moon and that's why it's wet. We don't know. Dan23 says, I don't like YouTube notifications because it gives you notifications for channels and it gives you your replies to comments. I prefer separate place for both. I would agree too. Thomas Potts says, good thing I haven't eaten yet. Well, don't worry. There's no pictures today, Thomas. Dee Dee Myers says, sorry, you're not feeling that good. Thank you, Dee Dee. It happens. Dan says, my last comment was when you're on YouTube and you click notifications when they come up in the list. I don't know, but for whatever reason, the last couple of days, my browser has been very late showing me YouTube notifications. Like, even though I'm on and using the browser, it waits like 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then it shows me like 5 at once. My browser's Chrome, so it should be working together nicely. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey, you just don't want us to see you holding your teddy bear and blanket. Hey, I showed the teddy bear. I have no problem. If I had the teddy bear, you guys could see me hold it, but I don't have it. Mamo Prey. Mamo Prey claims it's a dog, number 1. And number 2, she took it away. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, are your DS9's videos back to Wednesday? Yes, they are, Dan. We did one this past Wednesday, I think. Yes, and we'll be doing it again this Wednesday. Actually, I think this Wednesday is rejoined. So I really hope I'm feeling better. Because I'll be honest, right now, I don't want to promise any stream. But I'm really hoping I'm feeling okay this week. Because this Wednesday should be rejoined by my count. And that's the episode, of course, where we get the Kissing Dax clip from. So that'll be quite the episode to review. Mountains of Elysium says, Bird of Prey, if you're not feeling up to it, look after yourself and end the stream. We care about our God Emperor, our friend, the God Emperor of Karoga, and wanting to be healthy. I appreciate that, Mountains. And if I was feeling as crappy as I was 3 hours ago, I would have probably just come on and said, apologies for no stream today, or maybe put up a post. But the reality is, if there's any way I can do the stream, I will. Both because A, I like doing the stream. B, I know many of you enjoy me streaming, even if I'm not at my prime self. It's better than nothing. And if you didn't like it, you could always just leave. It's not like you're forced to be here. And point C, and perhaps most important, is that YouTube does not like when you miss streams or miss things. They like consistency. And to YouTube, every Monday afternoon, I should be doing a live stream. And I'll be honest, the YouTube algorithm has been, shall we say, generous to me these last 3 weeks. My number of subscribers has gone from 2150 to over 2200 in the last couple of weeks. Now, some of that was from a Nerdrotic shout out, but it's been consistently going up a few subscribers a day for quite a while now. And I do not want to piss off the algorithm. The day will come, whether it's a day from now or a week or a month from now, but the day will come when YouTube decides to take it away, what it giveth, and I'll drop 20 or 30 subscribers or 50 subscribers, and I'll be back to months and months of beating around the same number again. But for right now, the algorithm likes me for whatever reason, so I'm trying not to upset it until we absolutely have to. So if there was any way I was going to be able to stream today, I was gonna do it. So that's where we are. No sick day on YouTube, unfortunately. Dan23 says lemon vodka. Lemon vodka. Oh, it's Grey Goose Le Citron. That's about the only lemon vodka I have any personal knowledge of. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, you asked if sound was working. I said, si. Well, Rock Solid, if I had asked, esto la biblioteca, and you said si, then I'd understand. But as you pointed out, I asked the question in English. So, hablo inglés, por favor. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, Birdo Prey, Mamo Prey, and Sassy. So when are we going to get the Auntie and the Sassy show? Well, once I'm, fairly confident that Anti-Tracker's fleas have been properly doused and cleaned from him, and he shaves his beard and his hair, and then, we'll check that Auntie has actually been properly washed and the fleas are gone that Anti-Tracker gave her. And then Auntie could come visit anytime she wants. Dan23 says, maybe one day we'll do a Sassy and Auntie live stream. They can both appear on camera at the same time. Dan23 says, I think a lot of people keep at least one teddy bear when they were younger. Well, I did not. I had Ella Funky. Ella Funky was a stuffed elephant, a gray elephant. And I had him for quite a while, but not into, I wouldn't say into adulthood. I'd say into my teenage years. But then he got put in the attic, and then I have no idea what happened to him. Yeah, Mom Price, it was probably in the same box with the Christmas decorations, which, for those who never heard the story, when we were moving out of our house in the early 90s, there were two giant boxes in the basement. One had the Christmas tree and all the decorations, and the other had all the garbage. and Dad O'Prey was supposed to take the box marked garbage to the dump. And then the next Christmas, when we went to open the box with the Christmas tree and all the decorations, including the baby's first Christmas for me and my sister, irreplaceable decorations, of course, we opened the box and it was full of garbage. So, yeah. Yeah, that happened. Though, quite a few years later, when I was explaining this to my great aunt and uncle in Long Island, they had a lot of extra Christmas decorations and hooked me up with a lot of them. Now, they're not quite the same as having your own Christmas decorations, but having some extended family Christmas decorations was certainly better than nothing. If you got to start again, it was good to start with something. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, stop acting like a turdistanny, and maybe I'll not imply you sound like a turd. Wow. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, do you like Bluetooth technology? I do not. I hate Bluetooth. I keep Bluetooth turned off unless I absolutely need it, because Bluetooth operates on the same frequency as most Wi-Fi. And if you turn on Bluetooth, you're going to hurt your Wi-Fi connection. And my Wi-Fi connection is infinitely more important to me than Bluetooth. Mountains of Elysium says, 18 watching and only 9 likes. Come on, fellow nerds. Help out the God Emperor Bird of Prey and hit that like. Thank you. Dan says, the TV show Friends did an episode about kidney stones. I think several shows have. Qapla, Positive Candor, good to see you. And I apologize, I missed your Friday the 13th stream this morning, but I was in no condition to do anything. I saw it come up and I couldn't. I was in an embarrassing situation. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Qapla 47 Yorktown. Thomas Potts wants the Dear Bops. We'll get to the Dear Bops, Thomas. We'll get to the Dear Bops. That's another reason I came on, because we didn't want the Dear Bops to get backed up. JD says, Dan23, that episode rocked. Positive Candor says, someone Jaloja'd on the moon. Yes. Yeah, there's Jaloja all over the moon. Dan23 says, do you like wireless technology, like with no wires? To be completely honest, I prefer wired, but I have to, because of where my laptop is, on that it's on a table that goes over my hospital bed. Having it wired into my home network just isn't practical. But most other devices that do accept LAN port, I do have wired in physically. But yeah, I mean, listen, Wi-Fi is just something you have to have these days. Truthfully, do I like it? Not really. I'd much prefer to deal with fiber optic and copper connections. Excuse me. It's safer, it's faster, it's more secure. Wi-Fi is a serious risk. Just the way it is. But, will I take the convenience factor of Wi-Fi? Yeah, in practice I would. But I wish there was more ways to have, physical connections. Captain Track says, hello, Qapla Captain Track. 54.5 Access Radio. Hail Karoga. Hail 54.5 Access Radio. Dan23 says, JD, I think it's funny. JD, I think it's funny. The kidney stone episode. Rock Solid says, we want Little Green Men. Little Green Men will be the week of November 13th. Actually, I think it's till Wednesday, November 11th, which I believe is Veterans Day. is the scheduled date for Little Green Men. And of course, November 13th is my 42nd birthday. So hence the week. I know which week it's going to be. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, when it comes to robots in sci-fi, do you prefer them to look like robots in human skin? No, I prefer they look like robots. I mean, the closest I'd want them to get is like Android, like Data. Okay, I don't want to see perfectly human-looking robots like the Cylons in Battlestar Galactica 2004 or in Star Trek Picard, because that's just cheap. That's just like, oh, I'm going to pretend you're a robot, but I'm not going to put any makeup on you. I'm not going to make you act like a robot or walk like a robot or talk like a robot. They say, oh, I'm a robot now. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. That's not acting. Rox Odds says, Bird of Prey, I'll do Dear Bob for you in 2 hours if you want to delay. Well, I thank you, Rock Solid, but I don't think I'll still be streaming this in 2 hours. Bird of Prey, do you like the ship from Galaxy Quest? It's a fine ship. I prefer the Enterprise, and pretty much any Enterprise. But I'll tell you, I think I like the ship from Galaxy Quest more than the Orville. As much as I love the Orville is a great TV show. So definitely watch the Orville if you haven't, or if you have a chance. But the Orville, the spaceship design, leaves a lot for me to be desired. I do not like those rings as engines. I much prefer nacelles. And I know they couldn't make the same look as a Federation ship, but I don't know. I think they could have done a better design job. But who am I? I mean, I couldn't design a better ship. I just think I would have gone a different direction. JD says, Dan23, my terrible pun for the episode. Dan23 says, I stopped asking questions. Saul Leibowitz, Qapla Saul says, Qapla Bird of Prey 5. Is it possible that your kidney stones were caused by being on the tomfoolery live stream? I think you could sue Tom Connor and get at least half his toys. Thank you, Saul. I'm not sure, but yes, for those who don't know, the other day I just happened to head over to Midnight's Edge after dark. They were doing a random tomfoolery stream. And I had no plans to go. If somebody had asked me, do you think you're going to be at the Midnight's Edge stream today? I would have been like, what Midnight's Edge stream? And I probably wouldn't have expected to be there, but I did go yesterday. I got invited onto the show, and I took it. So I was on with them for a little bit. They had a few hundred people watching. It was cool to be with Tom and Rob. I honestly... I've spoken to Tom once, I think, while I was on Nerdrotic stream for a short time. And I think maybe with Anti-Trekker one time. But I don't ever remember talking to Rob before. And, it was good. The conversation got pretty dark at one point. But it was fun. I don't know if I'll be back at any point. We haven't talked about anything, but at some point I'll probably go on again and say hello to people. I'd love to be on a Trek stream where we're talking Trek, because most of the other topics just don't interest me, to be completely fair. As much as I know so many people care about comic books and superheroes, it doesn't do a hell of a lot for me. As for getting his toys, I would take it. If he wants to offer a settlement of half his toys, I'd accept. Captain Track says, I'll take some lemon alcohol. Okay, well, we're going to have a party going. Mountains of Elysium says, greetings, my friend. Captain Track, great to see you. Dan23 says, my mom once queued up in a museum to touch a moon rock in the 80s. Awesome. Dan says, on my phone, I use internet browser and other types of internet. When I download a video, it doesn't appear anywhere on my phone. Huh. I don't know. I assume you're using an Android phone. I would look in the download folder or the DCIM folder. But I really don't know. I try not to use cell phones all that much. Where are we in the chat? Dan23 says, just called internet, not internet browser. My mistake. No problem. Captain Track says, greetings to Mountains of Elysium. Rock Solid Productions says, Bird of Prey, Bluetooth, and all 2.4 gigahertz technology has a feature called collision avoidance. It means that if you have two devices looking for an open channel on the band, they will avoid the occupied channels. F that, Rock Solid. Every time I turn on Bluetooth, my Wi-Fi goes to total crap. Okay, it happens on this computer. It happened on my previous computer. It happened on the computer before that. It happens when there's, I put it on a separate device. It's not even a computer, my cell phone. No, I don't care if they have collision avoidance. The fact is that I'm in New York City. Okay, there's Wi-Fi networks. There's probably 15 Wi-Fi networks that my computer can pick up right now. There is no unused channels. Okay, I actually go in and I turn off automatic because the automatic selection only chooses between channels 1, I believe 7 and 13, because those are the channels that are don't overlap. But those are the most used channels because all the devices automatically choose from only those 3 channels. So I manually choose a channel that's right in the middle. So like a channel 5 or a channel 8 or 9, because I can see in my Wi-Fi graphing app which frequencies are being used the most. And so I pick a frequency where there's very little traffic on that frequency. And that's what I use. And it's better than nothing, but it's still not great. I mean, listen, if you're in a more rural place where you're the only Wi-Fi transmitter, perhaps in distance, maybe it works like that. But here in Queens, New York, where I can see a ton of other networks, they all have crappy signal, but a ton of other networks, it doesn't work well. Dan23 says, when I was younger, I used to find it difficult to use the built-in mouse on laptops. Well, I mean, they had that eraser head. That one always irked me the most, but I surprisingly did get used to it when I had one. The touchpad that's on my laptop, it is much, much harder to game with and to do just about everything than a mouse. I do have a mouse, but I don't really have a lot of place to put the mouse down and use it. So I very rarely use the mouse. 99% of the time, I just use the touchpad, and it's okay enough. It's only if I'm going to be doing some heavy gaming where I need a mouse, like Call of Duty or some type of fighting game, then I'll move the microphone over and clear off space and actually use the mouse onto the table. Like right now, day-to-day stuff, it's the touchpad. Mr. Trent, hey, Mr. Trent, it's been a while. Mr. Trent 100 says, the Orville looks like a toilet seat and a flapping rim. Well, yeah, it could be. That's what I'm saying. It could have a better design. The Orville is a damn near perfect show, in my opinion. But one of the things I would have improved is the look of the ships. Also, the fact that every ship is the exact same, every Union ship is the exact same design, just scaled up and just scaled larger or smaller. Well, I guess there's 2 ships. There's shuttles and then the other vessels. And the larger vessels are all the same design, whether they're a heavy cruiser or an exploration or a light cruiser. They're all the same look. So I would have done some custom looking ships and for each size, have some different classes of ships and have them look different. And none of them would have rings. If they had rings for drive, they would be, more like a Vulcan ship where they move parallel. Was that parallel? Yeah, they would say move parallel to the direction of ship travel, not what they've got. But it's a minor nitpick. Saul says Bird of Prey was the highlight of the tomfoolery live stream. Well, thank you, Saul. Dan23 says, is Little Green Man the only explanation Star Trek gave for Roswell? As far as I know, it's the only time Roswell is spoken about in any Star Trek. Because I did think, oh wait, are they changing canon? But no, they weren't retconning anything. They had never talked about Roswell before that I know of. Dan is smiling with JD. Hector, welcome, Hector. Says, I thought that a person with supernatural powers like Bird of Prey would be interested on other superpowered individuals, but now I realize that there is no interest in fictional superheroes. Absolutely. Now, if they were real superheroes, that would be different. Hector says, but please don't start causing railroad accidents or other disasters in search of other superpowers. No, I'm not going to go do Unbreakable or whatever it is and find other superheroes. Rock Solid Productions says Bird of Prey. Then you have shitty devices. Collision avoidance is an FCC requirement. Well, I blame the government. Dan says, I meant my phone has a few different types of internet, like Google Chrome. I have one called Internet. I use Internet on, which save videos to my phone. For some reason, the other ones don't. Interesting. Hector says they have some differences in large ships, like 2 loops or 3 loops, but only minor difference. Honestly, I did not notice any 2-loop ships. I thought they all had 3 loops. Now, granted, you don't see them a lot, and maybe I didn't look that close, but I honestly thought it was the identical ship, just scaled up for each size. I have to look further into it. In either case, they are using remarkably similar ships, if not identical. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to some Dear Bop, because I know that's what you guys crave, like plants that crave electrolytes. Dee Dee says there's 17 likes and 26 watching people. Please hit the like button for our ruler Bird of Prey. Thank you, Dee Dee. I'm always going to suggest people hit that like button. It certainly helps. But truth be told, in a stream like this, where I unlist it right after we're done, it really doesn't make that big of a difference. Sure, I'd like to get the likes. I'm not going to say don't get into the habit of not liking the video, because it certainly makes a difference when I upload a video. Every like counts. But the truth is, when you unlist the live stream, I'm not sure, but I suspect the number of likes really don't matter once the stream goes unlisted. Mamo praises they all matter to her. So, there you go. So for Mamo Pray, please continue liking the stream. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, so here we go. Dear Bot. How many do we have today? 4. 4 Dear Bops. There you go. Very doable. Even if we got another 4, we'd still be okay. Okay. Dear Bob, you talk about making content. How did you learn to do it? Are there any good videos that say how to make content? Not that I'm aware of any videos. To be honest, any video is content. Excuse me, just taking some water. Any video is content. Last week I went through some of the videos that I haven't made, but I had thought of making. If you want to start, there's two ways to start. One is just start talking to the camera about whatever you want. Okay? Whatever you want to talk about, just start talking to the camera. That's content. Option two is to pick a topic and then talk to the camera or write a script about that topic. And then use that as your video. So some things that you can use as topics is like your top 5 or your top 10 Star Trek TOS episodes, your top 5 or your top 10 Star Trek Next Gen episodes, your top 5 or your top 10 DS9 episodes. And you could do bottom 5 or bottom 10 for all of them. I mean, if you're just going through TOS through Voyager or Enterprise, that's at least 5 to 10 videos, depending how you break them down. That's plenty to get you started. You could do your top 5 movies of all time, or top 10 movies of all time. Your worst movies of all time. There's another thing you could do. How did I start doing it? I just for the reviews, I basically just started talking to the camera. One point I was making scripts for the reviews, and to be honest, writing the script out, it has some pluses, but it also has some negatives. The negatives being it takes a lot of time to write it out, to record it, to edit the recording so it sounds like the script, because there was random coughs and whatnot in between. And then, I have to, for me personally, I had to put a video to it. So then I was dropping in lots of clips of other shows and whatnot. And that ended up literally taking me 36 to 48 hours to put out even a 20-minute video, because that's just how long I forced myself, I wanted it to be. But now that I just look at the camera and talk right after Star Trek Discovery, it takes me maybe a half hour to do the review, another hour tops to edit it and upload it. And presume, if I rushed, I could have it up on YouTube within 2 or 3 hours of the episode airing. I could have my review up. And for whatever reason, people seem to like that format a lot better than the reviews where I was putting 2 or 3 days of work into the review and then getting a fraction of the views. So I don't know. That's what works for me. I can't promise it'll work for you. I've seen people with all types of content, like Ensign Ricky. When he puts out a video, he puts in a tremendous amount of work into his videos. You can tell it just by the moment you see it. And he's got a new series coming out soon. I can't wait to see. Anti-Trekker puts in a decent amount of editing. Well, actually, then he offloaded it to Mr. Miles for a while. But even when Anti-Trekker puts up a video, he puts in a decent amount of editing to put in clips and whatnot. You decide what you want to do. It's all up to you. You're the one making the content. It doesn't have to be a lot. As for a video, I don't know of any video that would teach you to do that. It's just you're watching me, you're watching presumably other YouTubers. Just copy what your favorite YouTuber does, if that's what you're so inclined to do. That's basically the best advice I could give. I hope it helps. And I was actually quite surprised we had a legit Dear Bop question. So it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Oh, don't show that. Okay. Dear Bop, let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much can you take and keep moving forward? That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're doing, if you know what you're worth, then you can go out and get what you're worth. But you got to be willing to take the hits. It's not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always going to love you no matter what happens. You're my son and you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life, but until you start believing in yourself, you ain't going to have a life. Rocky. It's an amazing story when you think how Sylvester Stallone wrote that script, turned down dump trucks full of money from studios that were offering to buy the script because he demanded that he star in the movie. And he stuck with his guns even. Now, I know that the rumor is he was homeless. And, okay, technically he didn't own a home at the time. He was like stay with friends and stuff. I don't know that he was necessarily living on the street. But either case, the man went from almost nothing to pretty much overnight movie megastar because he stuck to his guns, didn't compromise, and waited for a studio that would let him star in his own movie. I don't know if I could do that. If they would said, "Oh, here's this great script I've been working on for a long time, and I intended to star in it, but you don't want me to star in it, but you'll give me $10 million to just take my script and for me to go home." Well, let's see, $10 million versus potentially making nothing. I think I'd probably take the $10 million. I don't know what they offered him. It probably wasn't 10 million, not in 1980 or whatever year Rocky came out, but it was a sizable chunk of money. Hector says, Bird learned to make content watching hours and hours and hours of other people streaming from their beds. For some reason, he did it when Mama Prey wasn't home. Dan23 says, I only remember Orville ships with 3 rings. Yeah, I don't remember 2-ring Orville ship, but I'm not going to say it's impossible. Cinnabon Bunny says, some of the big ones had 2, but otherwise the same, just scaled up. I got to look for this mysterious 2-ring ship now, Cinnabon. I believe you. I just, I'm shocked I missed it. Dear Bach, why isn't CNN mentioning the attack on BLM, the attack by BLM on several Jews for Trump on Sunday? Oh yeah, there was a Jews for Trump march or caravan through New York City the other day, and apparently, I don't know if they're BLM, but apparently some people on the other side of the aisle started attacking, throwing rocks and bottles, and even at the children that were in the march. Okay, well, that Mama Prey says they had a BLM banner. I didn't read the article. I saw it. I was like, okay, nothing new here. It wasn't something I didn't expect. Let's put it that way. Here's the deal, guys. You guys know I support Trump. And I, for a long time, thought he had this in the bag. I thought that he was going to easily win. But in all truthfulness, the other day, when the system predicted Biden, because of the latest member, Jedi Bill, was a blue button instead of red. And just looking at just how brainwashed so many people continue to be, and how much the social media and the mainstream media refuse to tell the truth. So many people, and these are people I'm close with, still think Trump put kids in cages, still think Trump is going to do all these terrible things, or has done these terrible things. I don't know. I don't know. I think Biden will probably win. I'm not saying I want him to win, but if I had to put money on it right now, even money, I would put it on Biden. I'm sorry to say that. But to be honest, I felt the same in 2016. I thought there was no way Trump was winning. I wanted him to win, of course, but I thought that was never going to happen. So maybe history will repeat itself and I'll be shocked. But I'd rather be happily shocked than utterly disappointed. Mama Pray is now saying, how much do I want to bet? $1 billion. You don't have $1 billion. $1. So if Trump wins, you pay me $1? No, I pay you $1. Okay. I do have a bet going on my web forum with one of my members, but it is more than $1. But the good thing is that if I lose, I only have to give him a premium membership. I don't actually have to pay any money out of pocket. So win-win on that. I mean, if I win, I get cash. If he wins, I just have to go in and change a setting in the software to make him a premium member. It costs me absolutely nothing. So that would have been a stupid bet not to take. Even if it was a 10% chance Trump of winning, there is a 0% chance of it costing me anything. Because he wasn't going to buy a premium membership under any other circumstances. So I don't know what to tell you. It's disheartening. I made it this far, truly believing, and I'm starting these last couple of days. I just don't know anymore. I just don't know. I'm seeing all these ridiculous lines to vote around New York City, and they're not voting for Trump. So not that it really matters. New York, we never figured New York was going to go for Trump. So every New Yorker in the world could vote. Is not going to make a difference in the election, but it's depressing. It's depressing. Dan says, yeah. Actor says, Bird supports Trump. Roxanne says, Trump is going to lose, sadly. Actor says, yep, seeing the future isn't Bird's strongest power. I have seen the future more than once, Hector. I'd be happy to be wrong. Dear Bob, I think I just discovered a Terminator T2 paradox. If Sarah and John stop Judgment Day and Skynet never launches a war, John wouldn't have any need to send Reese back to the past to impregnate Sarah. By stopping Judgment Day, doesn't John cancel out his entire existence? Holy crap, you're right. Okay, I think we have to start a lawsuit against the movie company. and everybody needs to get their money back. Whoever paid to watch Terminator or Terminator 2 or any Terminator movie in any form, on any platform, no matter how much money was paid, and even if you didn't pay money, even if you pirated it, you're still owed your time back. I think this could be the biggest lawsuit of the century, and I'm all for it. Let's someone start the change.org petition, because that's how laws work, right? Honestly, there's a lot of paradoxes. Okay, if in Star Trek 4 they had whales. Oh, wait, that's not a paradox. Stop asking me time-related questions. Damn it. Actor says, yep, seeing the future. I read that. Actor says that T2 paradox is the most known one of the many it has. Rox Odds is Bird of Prey. The thing that's interesting is that there are more registrations for Republicans and requests for absentee ballots by Republicans than Democrats. Yes, but I've seen video of people just marking ballots as they open them in the free and clear in ballot, in places where all they're supposed to be doing is taking the ballot out of the envelope and flattening it and putting it in a pile. I saw the video of the guy looking over the ballot, taking his pen and making marks to the ballot. Now, you couldn't see what he was doing, but you could tell that there was no other reason. He absolutely should not have been marking up somebody else's ballot. Now, was he filling in an oval that was only half filled in? Even if that's all he was doing, that's still illegal. More likely, there was either the vote for president was left completely out, as I know many people are showing their frustration by leaving the presidential vote blank. But that is the worst thing you could do. That is inviting somebody on either side, but we all know, but either side to fill it in the way they choose. So if you're gonna vote for no one for president, I would strongly urge you not to leave it blank. Okay, if you have a write-in, if you're in a state that allows a write-in vote, then go ahead and write in. So you fill out the oval for the write-in and you just put in a name. You can put in Mickey Mouse, you can put in Anti-Tracker for some reason, you put in Bird of Prey 5, you can put in your own name, whatever. Do that. If you are not in a state that allows write-in ballots, then just circle both Trump and Biden. And in fact, just do the entire line. Whatever the hell the libertarian is. Because then if you do at least two, that vote won't count. But if you leave it blank, you're inviting someone to add in an oval for whoever they support. It's like a Christmas present. It's a lot harder to erase the ink than to add a circle. So please, 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 for the love of God, even if you're not going to vote for president, go ahead and fill in at least the two ovals so you know nobody else can vote for president in your place. Let's see, do we have more Dear Bobs? Probably do. We do. Okay, I'm going to throw you a commercial. I'll be right back.
When that sun breaks out, lift up your head and shout, it's gonna be a great day.
Kellogg's waits for you, that spirit comes shining through, promising you a great day. How could you think of starting this bright new morning without your K-double-L? Oh, it's double good with Kellogg's, you'll have a great day.
Kellogg's has been making great days for more people for more years with more cereals than anyone. Corn Flakes, Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes, Product 19. Trust your mornings to Kellogg's.
Very best part of starting your bright new morning is Kellogg's way. It's not far
fragrance created by Gloria Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, a rich, expressive fragrance that reveals to the world just how splendid you are. Vanderbilt, let it release the splendor of you, Vanderbilt.
We know you. Let it rain, you say to her. We'll have a wonderful day. And you pour the Almaden. Almaden Chenin Blanc. Fragrant, fresh, delicate. It's one of your favorites.
I'm back. I'm
We know
just
the
taking a
wine you
pill.
like, because we've been making wine longer than any other California winery. We know you. We make your wine.
You don't make my wine.
Time takes you beyond the news.
Time flies and you are there. Time cries and lets you care. You understand the world we share.
This week, Time helps you understand the spoils of war, the diplomatic and human costs of victory in Lebanon and the Falklands.
Read time and understand.
Get a little closer. Now don't be shy. You can get a little closer with Arid Extra Dry.
Only Arid has a patent on this formula that fights wetness. No leading deodorant spray stops odor better. And now Arid has a new baby fresh scent. It smells,
Get a little closer with the baby fresh scent of Arid Extra Dry.
Arid fights wetness and odor, now in a new baby fresh scent.
Let me tell you, baby fresh scent, that's a real thing. I never believed it. It's true. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, a little geologia break. Unfortunately, no stone as of yet. No stone as of yet. It is still incubating. I approve. I suspect. The T2 paradox bothers me a lot less than the Back to the Future one. Not paradox, but just mistake. With Biff going, or future Biff, or whatever, should have returned to a different timeline. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Actors' T2 runs on an open loop, time loop, kind of time travel. Okay, let me bring Dear Bop back up. And Actresses T3 discards that and goes closed loop theory. And after that, it's a mess. Captain Trax is rock solid. I hope you're wrong. But either way, there will be civil war. The question will be how soon it will start, not if. I don't know about that. I think we're just gonna. There's not going to be civil war because it would mean we had enough people willing to fight. Actor says, if I'm not American citizen, I don't like either candidate. Do I have any to do anything? No, Actor. Nothing you need to. Actor says, Captain Track, like it was going to be a civil war last election. Well, people are actually talking about it more this time, Actor. Actor says, what do you mean in some years? No, I think he means soon. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. No notification. When did you start? I started at 4:20. I started at 4:20, Mike Richards, and because I was having kidney stone problems today, I did not. You see, usually I set the stream up, and there's several hours to go before it starts, so everybody gets a 30-minute notification. But being I wasn't sure I was actually going to stream today at all, I just had like 15 minutes before I went live. So most people did not get that 30-minute notification. Though you should have gotten a notification when I actually went live. If it was working correctly. All that hairspray, no wonder ozone layer was wrecked in the 80s. Says Actor. Kenwick says, yeah, in the R12 refrigerant. Kennewick, welcome Kennewick, by the way. He says, no civil war, just lots of whaling. Thomas says there will never be a civil war over Karoga elections because Karoga doesn't have any elections. Well, this is true. Mike Richards says, son of a bitch. And Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey. In Back to the Future 2, when old Biff gets back to the future, there was a deleted scene where he fades out of existence. Supposedly, Lorraine shot and killed him in self-defense. Yeah, but he owned the police. Dear Bop, people, let me tell you about my best friend. He's a warm-hearted person who you'll love me till the end. People, let me tell you about my best friend. He's one boy, cuddly toy, my up, my down, my pride, and my joy. I don't know why I'm doing this accent. It just seemed appropriate. People, let me tell you about him. He's so much fun, whether we're talking man to man or whether we're talking son to son, because he's my best friend. Yes, he's my best friend. Okay. Son to son. The hell? So what, your brother is your best friend? Or are you guys just sons of a different father? I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was in reference to. Sorry. Dear Bob, I'm needing to get a computer set up for gaming and streaming. Only which one do I need to get? I don't have a lot of money. And what do I don't get one? Can you help me, Bird of Prey? I need a computer really bad. I'm using my phone to do the videos. I don't do editing of videos before I upload them. To be honest, there are so many people out there with far more updated info than me as to what would be a good computer for now. I would strongly recommend asking either LDG, who almost every day does his LDG streams, or on Pixel 8 or on LDG Pixels, any type of question, or Ensign Ricky, if you can catch him on like the overnight channels, the overnight streams, and some early morning streams like the Soup with Jedi Bill, or similar overnight or late night early morning stream. Ensign Ricky knows a ton more about this stuff. I used to, if this was 10 years ago, yeah, I could have told you what laptop to get. Hell, 5 years ago, I probably could have told you what laptop to get. But at this point, I mean, the reality is I'd go to a site like Amazon or a place that sells computers, sort them by price, and like get the most expensive one you can afford. Now I know that's not a great way of doing it, but if I do it I only buy laptops. Let's put it this way. I haven't bought a desktop computer in 25 plus years. So for laptops, there's really not a hell of a lot you can do about building your own. You always just buy a pre-made one. But if you can go with a desktop that you can build your own or get something pre-built, like I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. I know Intel, like, you know, for me, I would say, well, Intel i7 or better. I know they have i9s, but I also know very recently that AMD came out with even better processors than Intel's. So I'm sorry, it's just not my area of expertise. But if you want to do gaming, and the thing is, gaming's a spectrum. I mean, you can do gaming on a cheap PC, but it's not going to be nearly as good as on an expensive gaming rig. And obviously, an expensive gaming rig is going to cost a lot more than a cheaper computer. So I don't know you can do cheap and gaming at the same time. They have, you know, like, I mean, you go to Walmart, Jesus Christ, don't. But if you went to Walmart, they would sell you a gaming system for $500, but it would be a really crappy system. You'd be better off probably building your own for something like that. I'd strongly urge you to get in touch with Ensign Ricky and or LDG Pixels. I just don't. I mean, I know my way around computers for me, but not. I know enough to tell you I do not know. I do not know what to buy. If I had to buy a computer, a desktop computer for Mamo Prey or Sisto Prey now, I'd go asking both of those guys and getting both of their opinions and figuring it out from there. Mike Richards is the courtship of Eddie's father. Is that what that was? Chenoic Sapien says Dell Refurbished has some good deals, or the Nevada Center for the Blind on eBay. Chenoic says the Nevada Center for the Blind refurbishes donated corporate computers and sells them for charity. Oh, that's very nice. Captain Track says our friend Yitzy Lemon. Oh, yes. Our friend Yitzy Lemons needs our help to keep the computer software he uses. Anything you can give him will help. And there is a link to Yitzy's PayPal. And you say, well, Yitzy Lemons, what's Yitzy Lemons ever done for me? Well, Yitzy Lemons created this awesome artwork that I use, the Bird of Prey 5 with Sassy. He's created similar artwork for Anti-Tracker for Life with Matthew, for DJ Odyssey, for Jedi Bill, tons and tons of people. We all go back and we thank Yitzy for this artwork. Yitzy recently lost his job, and his main thing is he wants to be able to continue to make artwork and graphics, and he needs to pay monthly to Adobe to keep that software going. So I wouldn't ask you to donate if I didn't. I made a donation already, and any little bit helps. So please, if you can, if you've got a few extra bucks laying around, please send it to the Yitzy's PayPal, the link Captain Trek put up. And just a heads up, if you're in the USA or not in Europe, the default currency will be euro since he is in Europe. So just be aware if you need to change it to USD, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, whatever price you put in euros, if I put in 10 euros, you'll probably get charged like 12 or 13 bucks to make up for the conversion to euros. Or you could put it in USD and you'll know exactly what you're paying. So thank you. Yes. Thank you, Captain Track. We love Yitzy here, and we want to, I had no problem. I felt like I was giving him for work he already performed. And even that I got off cheap, I felt. So if I can give Yitzy more again soon, I still will. Okay, we have a couple more Dear Bops. Dear Bop, you talk about writing scripts. How the F do I write a script? No one will say. Okay, I talk to camera, but what? No one will watch. So should I bother? Well, here's the thing. You're very true. Probably no one will watch for quite a while. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. If you're already starting, you're like, well, I'm not gonna. And I'll be honest. There's live streamers who've done this, and I wanna smack them across the face, but I can't for various legal and physical reasons. But I've seen live streamers who start a stream and they say, well, I'm not going to start talking till we get at least 5 people in here or 10 people in here. And I'm like, no, you dumb F. You start talking, then the people come. You don't hold the internet hostage. Like, you're not going to start talking until you get 10 people. I sure as hell not going to wait around for 9 other people to show up just to see what you have to say. You start talking, and if I like it, I'll stay. That's how it works. Needless to say, the people I've seen do this have not been particularly successful live streamers. So don't make that mistake. But it goes beyond live streaming. It goes to your videos too. If you're going to say, I'm not going to make a video until I know I'm going to have an audience that's going to watch it, then you're never going to make a video. Okay? It's Mexican standoff. I know that's probably not a PC term, but yeah, you're not going to get the audience until you make the videos. So yeah, your first 5, 10, 20, I don't know, 50 videos might only get 1 or 2 views. Okay. It might, you put it out on Twitter. Yeah. Talk about it on my channel, go to people's Discords and put it up into the promotional, cross, whatever that is, self-promotions, Discords, and get it out there so people have links. And if the videos, make a impact with people, more people will subscribe, and over time, they will start watching the videos more. It's just, that's the way you do it. That's for produced videos. For live stream videos, you don't do a script for a live stream video. At least I've never done a script for a live stream video. I suppose you could, but I never did. I only did scripts for produced videos. And to be honest, I started producing the videos months before I live streamed for the first time. And those produced videos got very few views until I started live streaming. And then some people went back and looked at my older content. And okay, I mean, like literally some of my older videos, only have 60 or 70 views, even to this day. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. The problem is you're going to need content first. And then people may come. And I can't promise you that people are going to come. I can promise you nobody's going to come if you don't have videos, except for Yosef. He apparently can get 60 or 70 people to subscribe without having any videos. But for most of us, you need the content first before anybody's going to subscribe. And then they're certainly not going to watch the video until you make them. So that's what you got to do. And it's a risk. It is a risk. But you know what? What else do you have to lose? If you could be, if you could get a side job and make, $15 an hour doing a Walmart greeter, or could do a YouTube video, then maybe you want to be a Walmart greeter. If you need the money, go ahead. But if you've got nothing else to do, whether you're just going to sit and watch somebody else's YouTube or go ahead and make your own video, you've got nothing to lose. Go ahead and make your own videos for a few months, and then see where you're at. Don't worry about it though. Don't start off worrying about your views. The views will either come or they won't. But once you have a channel with 10 or 15 or 20 good videos, then you can start worrying about getting your name out there, asking other channels to shout you out. Because, I could shout you out. Even hell, Nerdrotic could shout you out. Doomcock could shout you out. But if people come to your channel and you've got one video or no videos, there's nothing they're going to do. They're going to leave, and that'll be that. That doesn't help. Have a backlog of videos. Now, people, hopefully that they're timeless videos, so people watch them even if it's a year from now. They're still worth watching. But even if they aren't, at least you have some videos people will come and watch. And if they like what they hear, they'll subscribe. If they don't, they'll move on. As for writing a script, I'm not saying you write a script like a Hollywood script. I just open my word processor. Sometimes I just do it in Notepad and I just type out what I want to say. There's no, I put an extra space between paragraphs, so I can take a breath. I know when I'm ending one thought and starting another, but there's no special way to do it. There's no, I know there's script writing software. You don't need that. It's just a Word document or a text document, and you just think ahead of what you want to say, and I write literally word for word what I'm going to say. So when I write out a script, it literally starts with, "Hello world, it's Berto Prey 5, comma, Qapla, exclamation point." And literally every single word I write out. That's I do a full script. Then there are the scripts that I just do that are like point by point. So if I'm doing a script, but I don't want to write out every word, I end up just doing like a bulleted list. So I know I want to talk about this and this and this and this. And I'll use just a few words, just enough words for me to remember what I want to talk about. But to be honest, that's the hardest one for me to make because I find myself writing out every single word I want to say, even though I only need to write out a couple of words to make my point so I remember when I'm talking. And lately I've gone just scriptless because I'm lazy, it's fast, and it seems to be doing well. So that's what I have to say about scripts. If you have a specific question, if you're going to write a script for like your top 5 Star Trek TOS movies, TOS episodes, then start out, say, "Hello, world, whatever." Make up an opening line like, "Qapla" or "Live long and prosper," or, I don't know, what's an appropriate Trek opening? Captain's log. There you go. Captain's log. Stardate, December 15th, 2021. Today I'm doing a review of the TOS episode, Balance of Terror. And you just go. You write it out. You say it, whatever you want to say. Like, "This is my favorite episode, Star Trek, the original series. Truly loved what's-his-face's performance as the Romulan commander. He would become back later as Sarek, a Vulcan." Just whatever. Write it out. Erase parts that you don't like. Make changes. When you're done, do your best to read it naturally into the microphone. And that's a difficult thing, but it's not as hard. It's not as hard as you think. Just try to keep an upbeat and a constant rhythm. And even if you do have to stop, then fix it in editing. If you take a 10-minute or a 10-second breather between lines, that's fine. You just have to go in the edit and cut out the dead air between each line. It takes a lot more time to do it, but it sounds a lot better when you don't have, multi-second breaks of no content. And if you use Audacity, which is a free video editor, there's actually a tool in there that will automatically remove quiet spots. I used it once and then I never used it again, but it actually works pretty good. You can set a maximum volume. So if nothing is above a certain volume, it just considers it silent, and a maximum length. So, if you have any silent patches over 1 second long, you can then cut them down to a quarter second, and that saves a lot of time. So that's one way of clearing up quiet times. Now, you also got to go back in. Now, that's not going to help if you have a cough or a laugh or a sneeze. That you've got to listen to it and manually erase. And, listening to your whole thing again, that's in real time. If you're doing a 20-minute review, that's a minimum of 20 minutes listening to it again, making changes. In my experience, it probably takes 2 to 3 times the length of your video to do the editing, assuming you're in the mood and doing it correctly the first time. So if you have a 20-minute video, you're going to have to figure at least an hour, dedicated hour, to edit that down to whatever you want it to be. I hope I'm not dissuading you, but I also want to be honest and tell you, yes, it is work. It's not going to write itself. Some people can just look at the camera and talk forever. Apparently, I don't know that I'm one of those people, but I'm closer to it than others. But not everybody can do that. So if assuming you can't do that, because I assumed if you could do that, you wouldn't be here at this point asking this question. Yeah, it takes some work. And, one of the most unfair things about YouTube is that the videos you work the hardest on, and this really bummed me out in the very beginning. There were videos I worked for 4 or 5 straight days. From the moment I got up to the moment I went to sleep, I was just working on editing the video for 4 or 5 days. And then I finally would upload the video. It would get 5 views and die. Nobody would come back to it. Even worse, sometimes YouTube would then hit me with a copyright infraction for something. And like, even if the day came I was making money off the video, it would instead be going to CBS or Disney or something. So it hurts, but you got to get through it. I pushed through it, and I ended up doing BedLife, and BedLife was, I'd say, my first success. And then from there, things got a lot easier. But those first few months on YouTube, painful as F. Painful as F. But I had nothing else going on. So what the hell did I have to lose? If I put up 20 videos and 20 people watched once and that was it, so be it. So be it. And to this day, on the Bird of Prey 5X channel, to this day, I start live streams with nobody there. And there's no guarantee anybody's going to show up. But I don't care. I just keep talking. People eventually show up. If they want to hear what I said, they'll go back and rewind it. If they don't, they don't. It's just the way it is. And now I've been on a tirade for a while. Let's see what we got. Kennewick says, as Homer Simpson says, you tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try. That is not the correct lesson, but that is what Homer said. I like what Homer said. Weaseling out of things is what separates us from the animals, except the weasel. Kennewick Sapien says, Mahler, Nerdrotic, Overlord DVD all say they made videos because they had something to say. Absolutely. Joseph Petrick says, only 58, but only because my content is non-offensive. Well, there he is. 58 subscribers for Joseph Petrick for having the least offensive content on YouTube. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, don't script anything, not a thing. Oh, that's, some people like the script. I used to like to script, but I'll be honest, there's just no reason for me to script at this point. My numbers are so much better without a script. Now, there are still videos I want to do where I have to script because I'm going to want to put in a lot of clips and stuff. And the only way to really get that to work is with a script. So it's not that I'm done with scripted videos. They're just not going to be as common as they used to be on my channel. The intendance is Gary used to have like 12 people watching and could read every comment. So acorns and oaks. Yes, it grew into an oak. A mighty oak. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, opening options, hailing frequencies open, channel open. Yeah, there you go. There's some good ones. I do like Captain's Log now, but feel free to take that too. The intendant says, please make some cat vids, Joseph. Yeah, there you go. Springtime says, Bird of Prey, I'm stuck in bed, vomiting, and at least I have you to listen to, my friend. Springtime, oh man. I'm stuck in bed vomiting too today. I think we might have, hopefully not. I don't know what you've got. Man, I got really scared last night. My temperature was 98.9, which I know is not particularly high. 98.6 is the normal body temperature. But in fact, a hospital doesn't even call it a fever until you get to 100, technically. But for me, 98.9 is at least a degree warmer than I usually am. I usually tend to be around 97.3. Luckily, come the morning, temperature was back to normal. I was a little worried there that I got the virus somehow. Huh? Yeah, springtime. What's wrong? Do you know what's the matter? Could be food poisoning, could be kidney stones, could just be bad cheese. I don't know. Mountains of Elysium says, I just broke 60 subscribers. Very cool, Mountains. Of course, you do have a channel with a couple thousand subscribers, but stupid YouTube won't let you monetize. Captain Track says, Bird of Prey, my advice, if you're not sure, quit while you're ahead. If you're not ready to risk anything. Well, if you're not ready to risk anything, then absolutely, that's the only way. But I would say most of us are in a position we could risk some time. The attendance's notification system seems rather hit and miss. Piano Dean, Qapla Piano Dean. Says Bird of Prey, hey Bird, I made several hundred little business cards to tell folks in 3 easy steps how to sub to my channel. I handed out about 100 of them to get my audience at work. Only got 1 new sub. Piano Dean, that's one. One is better than none. And if that one person likes it, maybe they'll tell their friends. Very disappointing, but worth a try. Yeah, well, here's the thing with that. I'm sorry for saying here's the thing. As cool as it is to have, and I have business cards. I don't think I did a business card with the YouTube channel, but I have business cards that had my web forum on it. And as cool as it is to hand them out to people, if somebody is not in the active mood of actually have the YouTube app open or their web browser open on their phone as they get the card, they're probably never going to look at it again. I mean, I have a pile and pile of business cards that people gave me at one point that I thought were important, and they're all just useless. They all just take up room. Some are nicer than others. But at least you're thinking, Piano Dean. At least you're thinking outside the box. Huh? Yes, Mamo Pray. Doomcock did mention Piano Dean on Friday Night Tights, because I believe Piano Dean became a member of Doomcock, so he did do a shout out to Piano Dean. He didn't mention your channel, but he did mention Piano Dean. Yeah. Rock Solid says, when you script, often it comes across as unnatural and, well, accepted, it's less than genuine. Oh, that's if people know you're reading from a script, Rock Solid. Mountains Elysium says, just to mess with people's heads. Baby shark doop doop to doop, baby shark doop doop to doop, baby shark doop doop to doop, baby shark. Yes, I'm an a-hole. Mama Pray had that in her head for so long, she had to put on, I don't know, country music to get it out of her head. Not just Baby Shark, all of Coco Melon. I don't even know what the hell Coco Melon was until Nephew O'Prey came. Cocoa melon. I thought cocoa melon sounded like, I would assume somebody said cocoa melon. Do you have cocoa melon? I would have thought it was some type of body spray or like, you know, soap, that natural soap. Mama probably thought it was a food. Springtime is bird of prey. Not sure what I have, but hopefully it's the flu and not the C virus. Yes. Well, hopefully it's neither. Hopefully it's just a 24-hour stomach bug. Mountains Elysium says, I broke 4.6K subs on the Shronmore channel, gaining about 50 to 60 subs, 900 watch hours per month. But honestly, I'm more proud of the 60 on Mountains of Elysium, as it has more original content. Very cool, Mountains of Elysium. I mean, guys, you know, Mountains of Elysium is here all the time. If you have not already subscribed to Mountains of Elysium, please go ahead and do so. Mountains of Elysium, please put in your link when you get a chance. There's no reason people here should not be subscribed to Mountains of Elysium, to Rock Solid Productions, to Piano Dean, and yeah, if they so choose. But I'm not telling, I'm just suggesting, okay? I am suggesting. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying that if you don't, Uncle Paulie is, okay, no. If you don't, you'll be absolutely fine. No harm will come to you. Dear Bop, a quick history lesson. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery. 100% Republicans, 23% of Democrats voted for it. The 15th Amendment, vote for all men. 100% Republicans, 0% Democrats. The 14th Amendment gave slave citizenship. 94% Republicans, 0% Democrats. Obamacare, 0% Republicans, 86% of Democrats. And the Civil Rights Act, you should put in there too. It's not as drastic, but far more Republicans than Democrats. It was only because John F. Kennedy was president. He was rare. He was a Democrat who was for civil rights amendments. Most of the Congress Democrats were not for the Civil Rights Amendment. If not for John F. Kennedy, it would not have passed. It wouldn't have been signed into law if it had been, a different Democrat. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Qapla. Hello and Qapla, not Ryan Johnson. Rockstar says, I hand out cards when I do panels at conventions. Doesn't help subs at all. I'm sorry to hear that. Mountains puts in the link to his channel. Carlo Albanese. Hail Caroga. Hail Caroga, Carlo. And Mountains is only sub, guys, to me if you want to. I appreciate my fellow nerds, regardless of if you're sub to me or not. Oh, that's very nice of you. That is very nice of you, and good. We have completed the Dear Bops for today. And I think I'm going to go ahead and call this a stream. I appreciate you guys coming. I know it's not the longest stream, but I honestly wasn't even sure I was going to stream today at all. So, yeah, that's where we are. Now, some new business for the members of the channel, specifically the citizen level and higher members, DD Myers, Illegal Clown, Pixelate, and Cinnabon Bunny, who's governor. We have to do a members only stream and I was thinking of doing it following this stream right now. Now, this isn't going to be the only members only stream. This is just going to be a members only stream where we discuss a good time to do future member only streams. And certainly if somebody cannot make it to the member only stream, we will find some other way. If I have to do them at 2 different times or whatever, we will do so. But I would say within 10 minutes following this stream, if you are a Karoga citizen or higher, be on the lookout for a member stream. It's not going to be long. I just want to see who shows up, if anybody. And if so, we can talk about some Karoga citizen stream and above ideas. And to the friends of Karoga, including Jedi Bill, our latest friend, thank you all so much. To our Subscribe Star supporters, thank you so much. And if we get one more member to the channel, then I get an 8th emoji unlocked. And per popular request, I already have the emoji finished. It will be a tribble emoji. And so once we get one more subscriber at any level, I can go ahead and add that tribble to our custom emoji list. At this point, for everybody else, I hope I am feeling better come tomorrow. At some point, I plan to do an open lines panel tomorrow. And then Wednesday, DS9 Wednesday, again at like 5 p.m. Eastern. But we'll say everything this week is subject, of course, to my feeling okay. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you all so much for coming. Hail Karoga again. Mountain says only sub guys to me if you want to. Yes. Resolute says it's a good bet here. Everyone is already subbed to Mountains. Ensign Ricky says check Bop. Okay, Ensign Ricky. And guys, if you need that computer question, maybe that's what he wrote. Let's go back to Dear Bob. Mountain says, I hope that Miners of Karoga Night soon. It's the last of it. Or I hope so too. Dee says, sounds good. Very cool. Okay, so here we go. Dear Bop. Where's the Dear Bop? There we go. Okay, we got 2 more Dear Bops. Then we're ending the stream. How about you not give me a blank? There we go. Dear Bob, hello, this is ISIS-7. I am Ensign Ricky's personal secretary here on Ensign's Island, up in the air above Karoga and Turtistan. You know, the floating majestic island paradise in the sky where we're all free and content. Well, anyway, I'm here to tell you that His Holy the Ensign has sent this message for those asking tech advice on Dear Bop 5. The message is as follows. Hello, Ensign Ricky here. I highly recommend you don't purchase any PC hardware or make any rash PC upgrade decisions until at least next year. This is not this is in part because all the new next gen tech is all releasing this year. It is not all out yet. Then, of course, there are the scalpers. You will pay $1,000 or more above the MSRP because everything worth it is scalped and resold literally 0.6 seconds after the product releases. Keep in mind, this generation of tech is also completely rationally priced versus previous launches, and it's powerful, definitely, plus worth the upgrade, no matter what you had before. But this also makes it cheaper for the scalpers to buy more. So if you don't want to pay outrageous prices for the tech you want, I highly suggest you do not upgrade or buy anything for the do-it-yourself PC market until at least next year, which is, of course, a mere, 3.5 months away. If you are interested in talking about PC hardware or any questions about PCs in general, then please contact at Twitter or on other methods of communication under Ensign Ricky, but keep in mind I work a lot, in which case I highly suggest you get in contact with LDG Pixels, who would be able to answer all your tech questions with impunity. LDG's schedule is definitely far better than mine at the moment. So with all that being said, thank you, Ensign Ricky. Thank you, Ensign Ricky. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just knew that you were far better at this than I was. And appreciate the detailed explanation. Dear Bob, make sure you unsubscribe. No, goddamn you, soft putty. Bye. No, soft putty. You're not welcome. Bad, soft putty. Bad. Son of a bitch. Okay, guys. Okay. We're gonna call it here. Farewell from Columbus, Ohio. Absolutely. Dee Dee's has been my honor, Bird of Prey. Mountains Elysium, I subscribed. Awesome to hear. And so say 5 to 10 minutes. Be on the lookout for a member stream if you're a Karoga citizen or higher, and we'll talk. I won't be long. Won't be a long stream. We'll talk, and we'll figure out what we're gonna do from here on out. Qapla all, and Bird out. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdoPrey5.com, the new home of everything BirdoPrey5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdoPrey5 or on BirdoPrey5.com. Take care.